Ah, the Source Hunter. It is my... Yes, the greatest known threat to Rivellon has been neutralized. Thanks in no small part to you, Source Hunter. Your activities in Sicil drove the snake to her den, and that's where we Immaculates sprang our trap. I am a proud Immaculate. No? And yet you were investigating the murder. Yes, her wicked conjury was potent. But still, every Immaculate honors the memory of that noble man. But I am sworn on my life to guard this quarantine. I serve a higher authority than yours, and will not waver in my duty. If you're certain, I suppose I can trust the word of one of your esteemed order.
In the name of the goddess, halt! Who goes there? In that case, you can rest easy, Hunter. There is no source to be... Why, it's Silver Glen, of course. Once the abode of miners, now the abode of the faithful. We have traded the search for silver for the pursuit of divinity. I'm sure this sounds strange in what are strangers' ears, But you must know that but a short while ago, a frightful she showed us how we may overcome the frailty and even the decrepitude of our mortal bodies. But I suggest you talk to Father Loic if you want to learn more about the way.
The Immaculates here seem to be a friendly enough bunch.
Through the forest
Seem being the operative word.
The degenerates here claim they have been cleansed. But I can still smell the stink of persisting putrescence wafting from their grimy. As you know, I once carried the burden of disease upon emaciated shoulders. So I shall. It was an unparalleled horror. Scores of physicians flocked to my bedside. They traveled from, but none of their potions took effect. Their salves seared, but did not soothe my fading flesh. Like a ghoul I looked, unburied yet it went like this, Hunter. If a ghoul I had become, so a dark turn of thought convinced me, I did unspeakable things in the dusky dungeons that twist like forgotten veins to long-deceased organs far beneath my castle's sunlit halls. Still there came no relief. Perversions I created in scores, but they were mere, like mosquitoes in the night. Panic and despair beset me until I turned to that darkest of all arts. It had to be. There was no other way. I could feel the life slipping out of me like love out of a betrayed spouse's. I drew forbidden symbols. I spoke unhallowed words, and from the smoke that rose like a dragon's last breath, a demon appeared. Hiraka. Never had I known a single word can cut deeper than the sharpest of daggers. With maddening glee, the demon told me she was one of his kin. A soul-swallowing horror that had been feeding on both my bodies. After such revelations, does one truly desire to live on? Death seemed like a mother then, welcoming me with her all will be well embrace. Yet still I feared exceedingly her seemingly sweet caress. It smiled, of course it did. Smiled bare 100 razors as its eyes came alight with infernal fire. 1,000 years I will give you. I think you know the answer to that question, Hunter. But I've said enough for now. These memories... More prey...
Well, well, well. So our very own demon hunter once dabbled in the so-called darkest of arts himself. Neither can I. Clearly, his great love was almost the very death of him. She broke his heart.
What can I do for you, Source Hunter? And so let the hunt continue.
Send another man. As many as it takes.
We haven't enough men among us to take on even a few of them, sir.
Are you deaf? I said I want those goblins out! Make it happen, even if you have to spear Drexis yourself. A source hunter! My liege, I am at your disposal. I am Lawrence, the representative. Oh, I am no one special. My only cause for complaint, Your Grace, are these awful goblins. They're starving us out. You must forgive me if I become somewhat overcome when discussing it, my liege. To think I invited a tribe of goblins to assist us in clearing the tenebrium from our mine. When the job was done, though, he and his band of totem-brained fiends refused to vacate. These goblins followed Drexis like lemmings, Your Grace, and if only I could undo the traitor, they'd slither back to the swamp they crawled from. Drexus, please, your grace, I am complete. Those brutes, they haven't allowed a single human miner part. Useless stuff, my liege. Worse than common dirt. But 10 times as difficult. Yes, a dreadful business, that. I've been fortunate enough to... You see, my liege, when a miner has been overlong exposed to tenebrium, he begins showing certain symptoms. Had we known then what we've since discovered, we never would have continued operations. But, my liege, you ought not to concern yourself with the fraud. Some insane huckster, calling herself the conduit of the goddess, made her way to Silver Glen at the height of the rot's hold on our miners. The people were, when by magic or illusion she managed to cure a handful of them of the affliction, every lot. Fortunately for her, she disappeared shortly after her little... Enough to know the whole institution has been a blight on
Troll toll! Troll toll, if you please. It may be pointless, life may be pointless, but the toll needs to be paid. We asked for toll because our king commands us to. He is mad for gold, all his senses crave it. Gold is his life, and therefore it is my life too. It's all the goblins' fault. They cut the ropes to prevent you humans from going to the mines below. How could it be? My life is like the bridge behind me. It goes nowhere. Dear me, why? I stand here day and night. Humans hate me for I once, though, I was happy. A girl, one of your very own kind, used to pass by daily. She was bright and young. He is the king of Lucula Forest, and a most formidable troll indeed. I do not even like to talk about him, for fear he might find out and crush my skull like 1,000 gold coins. Such is the toll.
Seen a creature more pathetic.
Indeed we are not. The mere notion is absurd.
So you will not pay? I can hardly blame you. Leave me, like she left me, my bonny lass.
Next time you must introduce me to your handsome friend. His musk dominates the breeze most pleasingly.
I don't know what kind of trysts you had in that home forest of yours, girl. But it's a very good thing you left when you did.
Do you believe in the gods, baby? Because you're the answer to all my prayers.
There we are.
Hey, stop that.
Here you go.
And here's a shiny
Enjoy.
coin. Keep the change. Blessed be. Welcome to Silver Glen.